Hey, welcome back. Tonight I wanted to jump in off of where I left last time, and I shared my heart about intentional community. And we're in Proverbs chapter 11 tonight, and there's just some really great stuff in here that I would want to grab onto maybe a big heading and term it this way: learning how to develop great mechanics for intentional community. In chapter 11, verse 12, it says, "It is foolish to belittle a neighbor. A person with good sense remains silent. A gossip goes around revealing secrets, but those who are trustworthy can keep a confidence." There's a couple verses there, and I don't know if we'll get to both of them, but I want to just kind of dive in with this idea. We talked about Jay, we talked about my relationship there, and really what it looks like for us to become people that can really do intentional community well. Well, this first verse, I'm gonna look at it in the New Living, and then we're gonna break it down in the New American Standard, because I want to look at the actual syntax of the words a little bit. It's foolish to belittle a neighbor. So the New American Standard says, "He who despises his neighbor lacks sense." This word "despises" is interesting because it means not to hate in its own self. It means something as light as to consider insignificant, to disrespect, or to condemn. There's an active nature in it. What it means is we don't see value in another person. I would say the first principle of intentional community is valuing other people. Just coming to the conclusion, the people that are around me matter. I will not treat any of them as if they don't. You see, because instantly when I believe a person matters, then what they say matters. And my input into their life matters. Because now I'm investing in something that has value, and something that has value is investing in me. There's an active nature in this. He who despises his neighbor. This word neighbor here is a friend or a companion. It's just another person. Countryman is one of the words that the Hebrew would use for it. Could we consider it lightly like this? The people I'm in city group with are my countrymen. And it just says the one who considers that other person as insignificant or disrespects them actively lacks sense. The root word is to lack heart at the inner man, to lack understanding. It just means there's something wrong with that person. But on the opposite of that, a person of understanding, a person of intelligence, a person of wisdom keeps silent. Interesting. What do I mean? I think what we're seeing in this is this grace and forgiveness nature that we have to develop to do well in intentional community. That means I'm going to be in the culture, I'm going to value people, and I'm going to be willing to just be gracious and not feel like I have to speak into everything. Let me use my example with Jay. I'm 43 years old, Jay's 60. Incredible man of God, a lot of education. I know for fact that there are several things that Jay sees in me, and he only really steps in and addresses one or two once in a while. But isn't that what Jesus does with us? Jesus sees everything we are. Every time we show up face to face with him, he knows all of us. I don't know about you, he doesn't address everything in me every time. He kind of peels the part of the onion away that needs to be dealt with in that time. And I'd love to submit to us that kind of calculated grace is important in developing intentional community. Not seeing ourselves as the moral police, but seeing ourselves as a valuable person amongst valuable people. And we're really only going to deal with the things that we know the Lord's whispering to deal with. The second half of that is a talebearer in the New American Standard reveals secrets. As a talebearer reveals secrets, he who is trustworthy conceals a matter. The New Living's version says, a gossip goes around revealing secrets, but those who are trustworthy can keep a confidence. And I just want to look at that real quick. A talebearer is an informant, a scandal monger. Reveal secret means to denude privacy. He who is trustworthy conceals a matter. That word trustworthy there means to build up support and to foster a relationship. To conceal a matter means to choose to cover something instead of exposing it. Now, am I talking about sweeping sin? No. But here's what I am talking about. Part of intentional community means people are going to begin to open up and share their heart. There's going to be private things. And we have to be people that are committed to that privacy, to protecting it, not to exposing it. What causes anyone to expose it? I will say this. It's insecurity. We expose things because we want to feel important. We want to believe we have information. Ted Haggard used to say this, and I loved it. It doesn't take any intelligence to be critical, but it takes the grace of God to be intentionally positive in another person's life. And that's really what that word, he who's trustworthy, means. It means to build up, to support, to foster relationship. Could we consider this, that the people around us that build us up and encourage us, they foster relationship because it makes it easy for us to want to be around them. Those are a couple areas I'd love you to consider how you're doing in your own life. The right answer is look at your own heart. Lord, how am I? Am I trustworthy? Am I a person that can be spoken to and I'll keep that confidence? Am I a person that values other people? Or are there people here in this room right now that I just don't really think matter that much and I'm only interested in one or two people? Because that's really probably not the right perspective. As we work towards developing intentional community, this is an important character set for us to have. Love you guys. Grace to you. Have a great night.